All right. Looks like all is on. All right, guys. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I won't take much of your time. Let me know who's watching. Let me know who is watching right now by letting me know in the chat. Go ahead. Let me know um, who is watching. Can you hear me? Can you see me? All right. Well, first, thank you so much for joining me today. Listen, in this space, um, we talk about all things business development, strategy, vision casting, and growing your business on the side, scaling your business on the side. What that means is if you are a working professional and you work a 9 to 5 job, or maybe you're working for someone else in their small business and you desire to grow and scale your very own business, this space is absolutely for you. This conversation is for you. And for those who are full-time entrepreneurs and you have a desire to have more leads in your business, get more clients, make your income a little bit more predictable, then today this conversation is absolutely for you as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome to all those who are joining us today. Let's go ahead and dig in. We are talking about today, we are talking about the number one strategy that you can do in terms of lead generation and having income predictability in your business. Listen, when you're working for someone else, especially when you enjoy that body of work, it can be very easy to pour your entire heart, to pour your soul into the mission of someone else's company and someone else's business. And at the same time, you may be completely neglecting the things that need to take place within your own business. Does anybody resonate with that? Does anybody resonate with that? You have a 9 to 5 job, you're working for somebody else, you pour everything into it, you're making magic happen in everyone else's business. But when it comes to your own business, it's like right here on the corner collecting dust, or it's like a valley of dry bones, right? We spend so much time filling up someone else's cup in terms of making that magic happen in their space, in their workplace, or within their place of business, that we often find ourselves having to start over or start all the way back in the beginning and revive our businesses, our pursuits, the goals, the vision throughout the year. Has that happened to you? You spend so much time in someone else's business that you lose focus on your own, to the point that when you're ready to start reviving it, when you're ready to get more clients, when you're ready to put yourself out there again, it's crickets. And it's not that it's crickets because no one is out there. People are there. It's crickets because you haven't spent time in the business lead genning, right? Lead generation. You haven't spent time in your business doing momentum driven activities or traction building activities, right? And you only go to those activities when you need some money, when you need clients, but nothing is consistently taking place within your business because your focus is always on filling someone else's cup, right? So this causes us sometimes to be stuck. And often we don't even realize that we are stuck in our business because we're making some type of money, right? Or because we have that 9 to 5 job, and you're not like putting two to two together to realize that I am stuck. You don't realize that nothing is really moving. Your business is at rest. And the only time that light bulb comes on is when it's time to go get another client, when it's time to bring in some additional income, when it's time to start seeing results. You realize I have no results. What have I been doing? So what do you do? What do you do when there is no momentum or traction that keeps your business running, right? What do you do when you're working that 9 to 5 in corporate and you are raising a family and you have so many other things that are pulling at your time and your attention and your focus, but you still need to keep the business running and flowing? You need to continue the process of generating leads. You still need to continue the process of making income predictable within your business whenever you decide you need those things. What do you do, right? Losing momentum and not having some type of mechanism in place within your business to keep that machine going, to keep it running, to keep it flowing, I'm telling you, if you don't do that, if you don't have a way, a mechanism, a method, a process, a strategy to keep those things flowing, right? That is going to be the number one reason and way to keep your business right where it is right now, at a standstill, feeling stuck and at rest. Your business needs to work for you. Your business needs to work for you, even if you are not working for it in the moment. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Losing momentum is something you never want to happen when you have a business. So my question to you today is this. I have 3 questions for you, and I really want you to think about these 3 things. Question number 1, what is the big decision? What is the big decision you need to make, or you're sitting on making? You know you got to make it, but you haven't made it yet, right? What is the big decision you need to make, or you're sitting on making, that needs to be made, that's going to help you take the next step in your business in terms of leads and revenue? What do you think is the next big decision that you need to make in order to get you to the next level when it comes to, or the next step when it comes to getting more leads and generating more income? What decision are you avoiding making that you know you have to start thinking about and taking action on, because it will allow you to bring in more leads and to generate more income? Okay. What behaviors and actions do you need to take? What behaviors and actions do you need to take right now to move you towards whatever that next step is? What behaviors, what actions do you need to take in order for you to get to that next step, or to take that next step? Take a moment and really think about those decisions. Finally, the third question is, what are you avoiding? What decision are you avoiding? Take a moment and think about that. These questions should just simply allow you to hone in on and pay attention to reasons why your business may be stuck, at rest, no traction, no momentum. And to be honest, a lot of people may not even be able to answer those questions completely or thoroughly. And that's okay. It's okay if you aren't able to answer those questions in complete sentences right now, but you have to be able to pinpoint where the bottlenecks, the roadblocks, and where the gaps are, so you know what to pay attention to, so you can start taking action on those things. And the first thing is to be aware of what those things are. And that's what I challenge you today. I challenge you to be aware of what those things are. And for many of you, if you don't know the answer, it's probably because you spent so much time piecemealing strategy. You spent so much time piecemealing strategy and tactics and advice together to figure out what to do. And you haven't really spent the time in training yourself and educating yourself in figuring out what works best. Yes, you watched 111 YouTube videos and you read 15 blogs and you're subscribed to 33 podcasts and you've read 62 books, right? You have a lot of knowledge that you've gained, but where is the insight? Knowledge doesn't mean anything if you don't have insight or you don't take action. I'm going to repeat that. Knowledge means absolutely nothing without you taking action and you gaining insight on what it is you're learning. Knowledge, I find, when people are in this perpetual state of gaining knowledge, right? You're doing all the things that are perceived to be, helping you do something, but really it's not. When you get into this cycle, it's normally because you like to be in this research phase, the phase of crossing every T and dotting every I, finding out what, if this happens, what will happen next? If I take this step, what would happen? If I take that step, what would happen? Yes, there's a healthy balance that needs to take place, right? When it comes to those things, but you got to just take action. You're not going to know what happens, because what happened for me when I took it, right? Took that step, and what happened for someone else when they took that step is not going to be the same type of result or consequence or whatever it is you're looking for. It's not going to be the same for you. There will be its nuances. There will be some kind of differences. So just take the action, find out. And if it doesn't work, okay, you learn from it and you do something else, right? But I want you to be aware of the things you're avoiding, the things you're not doing, the decisions you're not making, the behaviors and actions you're not taking. That is actually the roadblock and the bottleneck from you doing what you need to do to gain traction, momentum, and movement in your business. And right now we're talking about the number one way that you can gain leads in your business and create a business that is predictable, so that income and the revenue is predictable. But first we have to be aware of the things that we're not doing, so first we have to be aware of what we're not doing, which are the things that are causing us not to build a sustainable, successful, and predictable type of business, right? So when you are stuck in this mode of taking disjointed strategy and piecemealing it together, what ends up happening, right? What ends up happening? Disjointed strategy will give you nothing but disjointed results. Even if you find temporary success in the chaos, disjointed strategy will ultimately lead to disjointed results, which means it impacts your ability to generate leads. It impacts your ability to get clients. It impacts your ability to have consistent, predictable income in your business. This conversation is super important for everyone who's an entrepreneur, but especially if you're working a 9-to-5 job and you're building and growing and scaling your business on the side. Please hone into what I am saying, because when you have multiple things taking place, right, that's pulling at your attention and your time and your focus, it is critical for you to have an exact game plan, an exact strategy, so that you can continuously keep the machine, keep the business going and flowing, because you're not going to be able to work in your business full time. You already know that. You can't do what a full-time entrepreneur does with a team of 50, because you're probably a solopreneur with one person on your team. Maybe you may be wearing all hats and you have a 9-to-5, or you're working in someone else's business, or you're doing so much in life that you can't give your full attention to a business 40, 50, 60 hours a week. You may have 10, 15, 20, 25 at most hours per week. So understanding how to maneuver the different things that have to take place in your business is extremely important if you want to create predictability, income predictability, predictability in lead generation, bringing new people into your space. So the number one lead generation strategy, the number one income predictability strategy, in my opinion and in my experience, is learning the art of consistently launching. It's learning the art of consistently launching your offers and services into market. I don't care what anyone tells you. Again, especially for those who are working a 9-to-5 job and you are growing and scaling your business on the side, and you know your goal is to have this business be your exit strategy from corporate so that you can go into full-time entrepreneurship. I'm telling you, learning the art of consistently launching your offers and services into the market is the number one way for you to generate new leads into your business every day, every week, every month. And the number one strategy for you to have predictability and consistency in your income. Okay. It's called launch cycling. It's called launch cycling. And that's like the foundation of all the programs that I have. This is the concept that I infuse in everything to help create that consistency and predictability in the results that my clients see. Launch cycling. So write this down. I want to talk to you a little bit about what this does for you. Launching your services and offers consistently, launch cycling, is by far the most effective and efficient and strategic way to create traction, progress, to create traction, which is nothing but progress. Okay. Launching your services and offers is by far the most effective and strategic way to create traction, progress, and to also create momentum. And momentum is the force and the speed that you need to gain consistent motion. Okay. So momentum is nothing more than like the force and the speed that is gained by consistent motion. You need both traction and momentum in the business. Launching does that for you. Launching your services and offers also allows for predictability in your business over time. You know what's going to happen in quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. You know what to expect because you know your market, you know your audience, you know when you're going to put certain things in the marketplace to purchase. So you're able to create predictability every single quarter, every single month throughout the year. Launching your services and your offers consistently allows you to create automated growth in your business effectively and effortlessly. Automated growth. Okay. Launching your services and your offers consistently allows you to create business assets one time. You create your business assets one time, and those assets now become leverage for quicker turnaround times the next time you do it, right? Therefore, it allows you to scale quicker. So learning the art of launching allows you to have automated growth, automated leverage, and it allows you an open door of opportunity to scale your business much quicker, allowing you to see the results you desire much quicker so you can make the decisions you want to make much quicker. Learning the art of launching these products and services that you have allows you to create a rinse and repeat method or process that literally allows you to turn on the lights and turn off the lights whenever you want within your business. Isn't that beautiful? Just like you go to the switch and you turn it on and you turn it on, lights on, turn off, lights off. Learning the art of launching allows you to do that throughout the year, anytime you want, anywhere you want, and it bends in its flexibility for you to do it whenever life happens. Whenever life happens, you can turn it off. Whenever life happens, you can turn it on. Right? It allows you to create a different type of business, a type of business that you don't have to be at the computer all day long. Listen, growing your business, scaling your business to whatever your heart desires are, isn't hard. It's about learning strategy, learning when to do things, how to do things, and being consistent and disciplined about doing it, regardless of how you feel about it. Being consistent and disciplined about doing it. That's how we create predictability and consistency within our business, right? When you have a rinse and repeat method when it comes to launch cycling, it also allows you to have cash influxes throughout the year, client influxes, cash injections. It allows you to bring new offers and services to the market a lot quicker with less lead time throughout the calendar year. Learning the art of launching your offers and services also allows you to build a team around your business strategy. So over time, all you have to do is show up and shake it. All you have to do is have the team do the work. It's already there. It's rinse and repeat. And you can just show up and give value and serve your audience and have transformation and educate your audience. Launching your products and services also allows you to build your brand. It It allows you to build your authority. It allows you to build your credibility. It also allows you to fix and tweak your messaging. This is the one piece that people don't realize. A lot of people often find themselves in this perpetual cycle of trying to figure out what's my messaging, who's my audience, what should I offer? You know, we're constantly in this cycle of trying to figure it out. 6 months into business, a year into business, 5 years into business, 15 years into business, right? If you don't do it right and take your time and put in the work to figure that out in the beginning, we're always trying to figure out, is my messaging right? Right? Who is my audience? Are they listening? What should I say? Right? Launching allows you to do exactly that because it allows you to tweak the messaging, up level your messaging, shift your audience, educate your audience to make it easier for them to self-select on your offers and services. And it also allows you to figure out who you want to work with, who you don't want to work with, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. And it allows you to go through the process of failing. It allows you to go through the process of failing to figure it out so that you have, at the end of the day, you have a strategy, an offer, a message that completely resonates with you and is completely authentic to you, right? Listen, launching is not a science. Or I'm sorry, launching is a science. Launching is a science. It is not a formula. Launching is not a formula. It is not a 2 + 2 + 2 = 6. It is not a formula. It's not plug and play. It doesn't work like that. And for those who may have tried launching and it didn't work for you, it was like super difficult, you don't see results, or whatever the reason was, it's probably because you were trying to use a formula. There is no formula. There is no formula to this. Launching is a science. Okay. Launching is nothing more but a science experiment, right? People who give up, who tried this before because it's hard, it takes time, it requires work, they end up losing all the momentum they gained when they started to launch. And as soon as they stop, all that traction, all that momentum is just like goes with the wind, right? It's completely gone. Right? And you got to start all over again, pretty much, or start a few steps behind because you have to start building that traction piece again, and that momentum piece again, right? Launching is a science. It's an experiment. Launching requires consistency, and it requires you to wear your scientific hat. You have to have this attitude of saying, I'm going to take action. I'm going to observe what happens. I'm going to tweak along the way. I'm going to test some things. I'm going to have a hypothesis. I'm going to analyze. I know some things are going to fail, but I'm not going to look at it as a failure. I'm looking at it as an opportunity of what didn't work so I can figure out what does work. And then guess what? I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take action, observe, tweak, test, have a hypothesis. I'm going to analyze, I'm going to fail, and then I'm going to do it again. And that's what launching is all about. And that's why people get success when they stick with it. I've had clients who have started at $5,000 on an offer, and they go through this whole launching cycle where they up-level their messaging, they figure out what works for their market, they figure out who their audience is, they figure out what worked well or didn't work well in the process of launching or within their programs. And now they're charging $20,000, $25,000 for the same offer. But they would have never figured that stuff out if they did not go through the process of being consistent and disciplined when it comes to using a strategy that absolutely creates predictability in your income, that absolutely brings clients in the door, that absolutely brings new leads into your space every day, every week, and every month. Right? I have clients who worked a 9-to-5 job, working through this process because they're building a business on the side, or they're growing and scaling their business on the side, got laid off, but guess what? They have a strategy in place, and all they need to do is turn on the lights. Turn on the lights a few more times, because it's a predictable process. and income comes in. So they don't have to even bat an eyelash because they're like, okay, I got let go. It hurts. I was there for 13 years, 26 years, 25 years, 3 years. Wow, I got laid off. But at the end of the day, they understand that they own their value, they own their brilliance, they own their potential, regardless of what's happening in the economy or in the world or in life. And all they have to do is just turn on the switch for a process that they've tweaked along the way, they've tested along the way, they've analyzed along the way, and it works now for them. So they just turn on the switch, show up and shake it, give value, and the predictability in the income is already there. The predictability in the leads are already there. Will it take work? Absolutely. Is the process easy? Absolutely not. Will it require some elbow grease? Absolutely. Is it hard? No, it's not hard, but it takes work. So if you call work hard, then okay. But it's not easy in the fact that you have to go through the experimentation process, right? You got to go through that. You have to go through that process. But again, the people that are super successful, that's what they're doing. The people you're following right now, the people who you're listening to, who are your gurus, your coaches, whatever they're doing, that's what they're doing in the back end. You may realize they're not realize it, but that's what they're doing. They're in a consistent, perpetual cycle, or they're in this consistent cycle of launching. And that's what you need to do in order to have consistent leads coming into your door, getting more clients, and have predictable income. So I hope that today was helpful. I hope you learned a few things. So I am Charlene Pierre. I am the CEO of Boss Building Your Way. And in our space, we help working professionals who are trying to grow and build their businesses as the exit strategy to them leaving corporate. We work with those folks, and we also work with entrepreneurs who may be full-time entrepreneurs, part-time entrepreneurs, especially those who work in other people's businesses, part-time, full-time, as contractors. Maybe you have retainer clients or things of that nature. But regardless of which bucket you're in this space, we help you make 5 and 6 and multiple 6-figure leaps in your business without sacrificing your quality of time. So thank you so much for joining me today. Bye.